What's up, guys? I hope everybody's doing alright in quarantine. I know I'm not. It is May something or other. I can't keep track of the days in quarantine, but it's May something. And I still have the winter tires on this car. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to show all of you how to change your own tires. I'm going to take these Bridgestone Blizzaks and replace them with my Douglas All Seasons, and you're gonna get to watch. Let's do this. I'm in the bummiest clothes I could find that didn't make me look like a complete bum, because this is going on the internet and people are gonna see. First thing you're gonna need, some type of jack stand. This right here is gonna get your car off the ground. Yours might be an X shape. Those are a lot riskier to use, especially if you're on the side of the road, but if you know what you're doing, it's not as dangerous. Second thing you're gonna need is a socket the specific size of your lug nuts, otherwise you're not gonna get the tire off. Second thing you're gonna need is something to remove those lug nuts. I have an impact driver, but you might not because these are expensive. You might just have a breaker bar, which looks a lot like another thing you're gonna need, which is a torque wrench. I don't recommend using your torque wrench as a breaker bar because it can mess up the mechanics inside that make this a torque wrench, but you are going to need the torque wrench so that your lug nuts stay on your vehicle once you get the new tire on. So you've got your car here, you've got your jack stand here. You want to take your jack stand, and this pad thing right here needs to go in a very safe, specific spot under your vehicle. You can't just lift anywhere. So I am going to put this up on my jack, and then I'm going to bring the camera in to show you where I'm putting it. Now I think it's a fairly obvious point that you want to lift the car up until the tire is off the ground. So we're looking at the car from this angle. There's my jack. Go underneath. You can see I have it on a designated lift point. I don't know what else to call that. There's also this bar running across right here. That's called your pinch weld. You really don't want to lift from that unless you're on a professional hoist, because these jack stands, you can see that it's got a very small head here. Lifting your car with the jack stand with that small of a head on it from that pinch well puts too much pressure in one spot, and you can actually crush that area that you're lifting by. So just go by your frame, or if you see a designated lift spot like that, lift it by there. And if you don't know what any of those things are, Google it. In any other circumstances, if you were going to be doing work on your vehicle in your driveway like this, you don't want to leave the car on your jack. Rule of thumb, if you're planning on getting underneath the vehicle, put it on jack stands. If you don't know what those are, Google it. You want to take all of your lug nuts off using whatever method you have decided to remove your lug nuts with. If you're using a breaker bar, like I talked about earlier, you'll want to loosen the lug nuts before you lift the tire off the ground. Otherwise the tire will just spin. Put your lug nuts somewhere you're not going to kick them over, because then you'll lose them. Sometimes your tire's going to be pretty stuck on there. This one's not, because I do tire rotations and I took these off and put them back on pretty frequently. But sometimes the rim gets rusted to the rotor a little bit, and you got to kind of work to get it off. If that happens, luckily you're in your driveway. Just kick it. Boom, your tire is off. Maybe lift your car up a little higher. There we go. Now these tires are not directional, but my winter tires are, meaning they can only go forward on one side of the vehicle. If your tires are like that, there'll be an arrow on your sidewall, and you'll know as long as you look. So just make sure you look. Just thread all of your lug nuts on a little bit just to make sure you're not cross-threading them, because cross-threading lug nuts is kind of a problem. I'm going to use my impact to tighten the lug nuts back on. And then once I set the car down, I'm going to use my torque wrench to make sure that they're torqued to specifications. That way my tire doesn't fall off when I'm driving. And boom, the new tire's on. Let me go grab my torque wrench. I'll lower the car back down, torque that thing on. Now this torque wrench might not be the same as your torque wrench, but how mine works is you unlock this and you crank this, and it basically cranks a spring inside, so when you tighten down your lug nut, it'll click to tell you when you can stop. And you have to twist this until the spring is twisted up to whatever the specification is for your car. You can look in your owner's manual, you can Google it, whatever you gotta do. I recommend Googling it. I Google absolutely everything. The specifications for this car is 100 foot-pounds, so I have torquing to do. That's 100 foot-pounds. Now I'm gonna twist the red thing to lock it. I don't know real names for stuff. I'm gonna take the socket I had off my impact, put it on my torque wrench. That's ready to go. Now with my jack, how you get the car to go back down is you remove the handle, and then there's a little knob right here that you put the handle on and then twist to the left to release pressure. Make sure you do it slowly. So if the car comes down too fast, you can break other things. Now I'm going to take my torque wrench, put it on the lug nut, wait for it to click. Now when you do this, you want to go in a star pattern. That way you're going evenly across. And then usually even after I do that, I go around in a circle again to just make sure I got them all. And if you're anything like me, then you got fatter in quarantine and now you're winded just from doing one tire. Alright, now I'm going to go around, switch out the other 3 tires for the season, put my winters in the garage until I need them again in a couple of months. Okay, I've switched out all my tires to the all seasons from the winters. All is well. Obviously, once you switch out tires like this, you should always check your tire pressure to make sure there's enough air in them, make sure there's not too much air in them. I don't have a working air compressor here at my house, so I'm going to have to take it to a gas station somewhere and do that there. I do have some kind of exciting news before you click off this video. I was offered my first sort of brand deal. I haven't received the product that they're sending me in the mail yet, but once I do, I'll be able to tell you about quality, craftsmanship, all that kind of stuff, whether or not it holds up doing a job like this. It's a jewelry line, so if you or a loved one want some jewelry, there is a custom link for me and my subscribers. And if you don't want to use that link, or you go through another link to buy it or anything like that, I also have a coupon code. Both of those will be down in the description. If you use my coupon code, you'll get 15% off whatever you order from their website, and it all looks super cute. I can't tell you about quality or craftsmanship because, like I said, I haven't received it in the mail yet. But if you're interested in buying jewelry for yourself or for anybody in your life, they're called Aphrodite Jewelry. I'll have the link and my coupon code in the description for you. If you use my coupon code, I get a commission from what you buy. So if you want to support me and my channel so that I can keep making videos like this, that would be great. But if not, you can always just subscribe and like my videos and comment if you want more and what you want to see. I'm sweaty, my hands are dirty, my neighbors keep walking by and staring at me, so I'm gonna go. I hope everybody stays safe and healthy and happy, and I hope all of you get to enjoy your time at home.